Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 16-Bit Garage. Today's episode, we got a couple RC cars that we're working on. I got my son's little Red Cat Volcano 16. Then we got my Red Cat EPX Pro. Had some accidents to both of them, so doing some repairs, just kind of assessing what we will need to replace. So stay tuned. Alright, so this is my son's Red Cat Volcano 16. It's a little 16th scale monster truck, if you will. As you can see, a little body damage to the back of the body at the body clip points. A couple cracks up here. Nothing too major. Let's dig in and see what we could find out. Hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Alright, so nothing too major. Got a little single cell LiPo battery in there. Nothing looks to be broken per se. I mean, the receiver's sitting kind of a little wonky. Front looks a little beat up. Overall, not too bad. Doesn't look like anything's broken necessarily. The shocks are sitting a little higher than on one side, so potentially something's going on there, maybe a little bent shock shaft or something. Should be able to get this all back on the road pretty quick. This one's usually this little plastic guy. The bounce on it's not too bad. So yeah, we'll see what happens here, and stay tuned. I'll see if I could find any damage for you guys. Alright, so we got it powered on. Controller here, just a little simple controller. It's more of a, obviously, entry-level type of stuff going on. Red Cat has really stepped up their stuff from a couple of years ago. Highly recommend them. I'll drop a link for them down below. But, so, I mean, control-wise, it's powered on, goes forward, comes backwards, steering works. Servo and everything is fine, no cracks, no breaks. Overall, I think we are good. Comes in with a little LED system for the front lights built in. The receiver is only really a 2-channel, so you can't really add auxiliary stuff onto it unless you upgrade the electronics. Other than that, this one should be good. Just need a little body, a new body or something. Might get some shoe goo and some mesh for the inside of it to strengthen it up for next time, just to prevent any breakage. These get a little expensive. Alrighty, on to the next. Alright guys, this one is the Red Cat Volcano EPX Pro. It's a little 1/10 scale monster truck on this guy. It's got the little black, red, and white liveried body. This one out of the box is pretty good car. Haven't had too many complaints with it. I've broken it, probably 3 or 4 times now. Different parts. Got to get, well, I'll kind of show you here. So, body's all banged up, broken. Had to drill the holes a couple times for the posts. Now this one is a 2S to 3S system, Red Cat Racing. It looks very similar to the Hobby Wing stuff. Also kind of more entry level, but the brushless system in this is capable of 3S, which on that in the gearing from factory, I would say it probably runs right around 45-ish miles an hour, maybe a little under that depending on where you're at. It's got a dual shock setup front and rear. It's definitely beefy. It's not opposed to doing jumps, getting dirty, bashing around a bit. I have broken it a bit. As you can see, it's got a lot of metal upgrade here. A lot of the purple, like CNC aluminum stuff. I believe it's all the 6061 aluminum. The lower stuff here, as you can see, kind of in the lower arms, and potentially like the steering linkage up here, it's kind of got the chrome aspect to it as well, or the chrome outline machined. That is all Red Cat aftermarket stuff directly from them, whereas like the body, I do have another one over here actually, like this guy. The silver chassis itself, the metal chassis, is an aftermarket. It's just kind of a run-of-the-mill through Amazon. I think I paid like 20 bucks for 10 of them or so. I honestly have been pretty happy with this one. I'm currently needing to rebuild it. I'm sure you can tell the shock tower up here is a little bent. I hit a car going about 45 miles an hour with this thing, and it just kind of tumbled, and crashed. So, kind of getting down to it, let's see what is fully broken, bent, or otherwise. We will get this all figured out and rebuilt and back up on the road. Alright, so just kind of looking at the front here, one thing I noticed when rotating the rear tires, it'll rotate the passenger front like it should. So this one here, this one doesn't like to rotate, but it will rotate a little bit. Now if you look on the inside of here, it might be hard to tell with the lighting, but that dog bone is absolutely hammered, so that is going to be a key component to get replaced. However, the right side still looks intact. It's got a little bit of wear to it. So that'll be one of the first steps here. The actual strut tower I'm going to replace, probably go back to a plastic for now. As nice as this stuff looks, the plastic is a lot cheaper price-wise, and it holds up honestly a little bit better. I've had some issues with some of the mount holes in here. They tend to strip out even on the lightest of turns. A couple little things here and there. Electronic wise, everything's still looking good. I need to do some wire management, obviously. This was kind of just a toss together when I got it back on the road last time. Ironically enough, the day that I got it back together is the day that I crashed it doing about 45, so it's been down, oh gosh, probably about a year now. But the rear axle, actually you can see the rear axle too, as it rotates, it's a bit bent as well. That is on the driver's side, or left side, whatever side you want to call it. This is going to need a few parts, shock tower, some dog bones, center drive line, potentially a differential. I've been having some lockup issues prior to it with this. Might change those out, go to an aluminum case. They tend to hold up a little bit better with the seals and the grease in there. Running probably a 100,000 weight oil in there. Thicken things up a bit. Other than that, this one I'll get a list together and kind of show you guys that as well. But stay tuned, I got one more car to show you. One thing I wanted to show you on the Red Cat Volcano EPX Pro, this is the controller that it comes with. It's got a little bit of damage on the bottom, missing the case. This is kind of a parts one, if you will. Pretty basic when it comes to mid-range. It's got your throttle trim, steering trim, your steering reverse, throttle reverse, then obviously binding right here. It is a, gosh, the RCR2C3. I can't remember the name of the other controller, but this is kind of a knockoff from another one, or kind of a rebrand, if you will. Sorry, not a knockoff. But it's been pretty good overall. Can't really complain. Alright guys, this is the Red Cat RDS. This is the 1/10 scale competition drift ready to run out of the box from Red Cat Racing. This is actually one of my more favorite cars. I got this one here probably about a year ago, messed around with it on the stock stuff. Comes with decent wheels right out of the box. The tires on it they're okay. They don't do too well on super slick surfaces. This has mainly been a runner around in the garage on some concrete, nothing, no Japanese tile or anything like that you would normally see. This body comes in either gray or orange, and it's got a kind of a 400ZX feel from Nissan. That being said, this is one of my favorite cars to drive. It's been a super challenge and a big learning curve to drive this thing. But on the inside of it, so just in the body itself, I mean, aesthetically, it ain't bad. I definitely do like it. On the inside, I don't know if you could see, but on the rear light housing, it's actually got little buckets to where you can put LEDs in, and it actually comes through pretty well. I don't have a system in here yet, but I'll touch more on that here in a couple minutes with the receiver and the channel syncing and the usage. Then the front, it's got some buckets as well, kind of right there and over here, and the Red Cat Racing logo on the front. This is a magnet hold down, so it doesn't have the traditional body clips. Now that's always an option if you want to go that way, but for a clean drift car build, just like in real life, you know, you want a clean aesthetic behind it. Sometimes, to each their own. Now, the inside of this, it was kind of surprising when I unboxed this after doing some research, you know, with a couple other companies out there. Red Cat kind of stepped up their game on this. Just in the front, taking a look at it right out the box, nothing's been done to this other than a receiver upgrade and a controller upgrade. But the springs on this are actually oil-filled adjustable coils on them, which is pretty cool. A lot of cars don't come with that out of the box in a ready-to-run aspect, at least not in the drift community. This is one of the newer ones. It does have a full carbon chassis, if you will, and chassis brace. Don't mind the messed up wire mess I got going on here. I need to get stuff shortened up and cleaned, just like the other one. This is a 2S, 3S system. It's got a 10T, I want to say it was a 3300 kV Red Cat, similar to the Hobby Wing. It's got the same ESC, 120 amp ESC. It's a pretty close representation to the Hobby Wing stuff. This one is dirty. It's been kind of in storage for a little bit now. But overall, very happy with it. It is user-friendly coming out of the box. There are some tweaks that you definitely should do to it. One of those is a receiver upgrade and a controller upgrade, which in this case is the Relarlo. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Oh gosh, what was the model? I can't even remember the model on this. It's been over a year and a half or two since I've had this. But this thing has been a saving grace when it comes to learning how to control drifts and control the gyro. There's so many tuning maps on this thing. That, and there's a bunch of different switches, auxiliary buttons, so if you have different accessories, light kits, hydraulics, or anything like that in this, you could attach that and program it directly to the controller. The actual receiver, like I was talking about earlier, so the receiver is a 6-channel receiver, kind of see down here. Channel 1 and 2 obviously are set up for steering, as well as the motor and ESC. That in mind, this does have a built-in Hexfly GX1 receiver, transmitter, and gyro built into it. You can adjust the gain on it, and it is pretty good out of the box. But when you want to step up to that next level, kind of get into the amateur side to pro side, or just even have more fun recreationally, you definitely want to upgrade receivers. Now, I kept the same one in here because I was doing some testing with the two of them, and it was just easier to keep it in. That in mind, I would 100% go with the Relarlo again if I had the chance. At the time I bought it, I think it was about 40 or 50 bucks on sale. It was like a Black Friday deal. Now, one of the things with it, I mean, it's got controller super friendly. It fits in your hand really well. It's not super bulky. It's real lightweight. One of the benefits to it, you know, if you're depending on who you are, you know, if you like have reusable AA's, run those. If not, it actually has a port in here for an 18650 lithium battery, a rechargeable one. Definitely want to run that if you can. It's going to save you some time, save you some money, energy on batteries. But if I had to go with this again, I would 100% do so. There's been a huge difference in this controller versus what it comes with from factory, and that's the same RCR 2CE standard controller from Red Cat. Now, one thing I do want to recommend if you guys were to pick this up, and I need to do a couple mods to this anyways just to kind of get it to my liking, the steering cups down here. One of the things that we run into an issue with is right down here on the knuckle, it will actually start to bind up and you lose movement. Basically, the cups get real tight, and there's a couple things you could do. One, a little bit of like petroleum jelly or grease of some kind in there, kind of help lubricate the ball socket. But also with that, you can take a little grinding bit or a little Dremel if you have it, and kind of hone out the cone a little bit. Not too much, otherwise the ball's just going to pop out of the socket, so you don't want that. The other thing it runs into an issue with that I've been trying to get figured out for a little while now, and that's on these upper ball joints right here, is as it comes down, there's no rebound. So it just stays down, which is definitely not good. So the lower and the upper, both ball joints, the lower one here and the upper one, both can be kind of honed out in the same aspect, or a little petroleum jelly or grease or something like that, whatever you have. Just do take into account if you're running on a track or anything of that nature where they have prep tile or certain conditions. You don't want to run that grease. You don't want to get that on the track, get it into other tires. It becomes a huge pain in the butt at that point. Wouldn't advise it for that. But if you're just out, at a skate park or, a tennis court or something like that, just kind of playing around, or even in your own garage, run it with a little bit of grease in there. Have fun. It's your car. Just be kind of mindful of others and anywhere you take it if you happen to go there. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. Drop a comment below. We'll definitely be trying to do some more review videos here soon. I have another little truggy in the making, or a buggy if you will. Going to be doing a 4 to 6S build on that. Try to hit about 100 miles an hour, so stay tuned down the road. It's a little work in process, but it's going to be a bit before I get it on the road. One thing before I let you guys go that has helped me quite a bit is actually this little screw kit. Comes with a couple wrenches, spanner wrench. It's got a little pair of needle nose tweezers in it, a couple little Allen wrenches. But the biggest thing here for me, I've always lost these body clips when I'm out bashing. Comes with a handful of them, I think probably about 75 of them or so. A couple of the little tools that I use, this is the little spanner wrench, if you will, that it comes with. A couple little stubby dual end wrenches. Like this one's a little 5.5 millimeter, 6 millimeter, and this one's a 5 and a 5.5. Pretty common. I use those. This little guy, the little tire wheel chuck, if you will, use that all the time. Then on the Red Cat, they actually send you this little aluminum adjuster, and this is for your steering components. It actually sits in to the little knuckles here. They're pretty squared off. They actually designed this really well. It's super adjustable, user-friendly. But this little guy here, it's a little hex bit driver. Nothing fancy. I think I paid like $15 for this kit on Amazon. I'll see if I could find it and drop it down below. But it comes with anywhere from, it's like 0.5 mil up to, I think it's 3 mil in the Allen size, and then it has a little Phillips and a flathead bit as well. When that doesn't work, I do have kind of a speed driver, if you will. It's got a twist end on the back, so I could just kind of speed it together. And then a couple little batteries over there, but and a pick, just so you never know when you might need a pick to get something out of a hard spot. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. We'll see you next time.